Lily and Eve, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to learn how to use a worm farm to turn all your organic materials, your kitchen scraps and other organic stuff from around the house into a beautiful rich fertiliser for your veggie garden and all your pot plants. So, are you up for it? The mission's actually written on the inside of the lid here. So, I'd like you to synchronise your watches. Good luck, ladies. The Worm Cafe is the ultimate worm farm for indoor or outdoor use. The 3 working trays, which will eventually end up full of worms and castings, feature side ventilation to keep air flowing to provide an ideal environment for your worms. The specially designed legs have ant caps to stop those 6-legged spies getting into our worm farm. The hinged lid makes it really easy to feed the worms, and when the lid is closed, it will keep out any vinegar flies or mice that may want to infiltrate mission control. This bottom tray has a mound to help drain the liquid from the farm and also gives the worms an escape route to avoid drowning. The screw-in tap can be left permanently open with a bucket underneath to catch the worm liquid, and it also helps to keep the worm farm well ventilated. Agent Tumbleweed has really thought this through, as the worms will eat the cardboard instructions which we put in the bottom of the tray. Then the bedding material goes in, followed by the worms. As soon as you add the worms, they'll start to burrow in to get away from the light. You can then add some cut up veggie scraps to the top to give the worms their first supper in their new home.
Well, this is all great, Lily, but how do I know when and what to feed my worms? And how do I stop them escaping?
Well, these guys will eat about roughly half their body weight each day. So for the 1,000 worms we've added here, they're probably going to eat 125 grams a day. So if you just keep feeding them fresh veggie scraps and organic material, they love it. If you keep these guys well fed, they're not going to want to escape at all.
And when the first tray is completely full, that's the cue to start adding the second tray. And then when that's full, the third tray goes on. And when they're all completely full, you take the bottom tray out, empty it out for your garden, and the whole cycle begins again. Another good trick is to use this worm farm and compost conditioner. So every time you add some food, just a little sprinkle on top will keep the worm farm nice and sweet. And the final step in putting them to bed is their worm blanket. Every worm needs its blanket. That goes on the top and means they can come right up to the surface to feed and stay nice and moist. And of course they don't like the light either, so it keeps them nice and dark and where they really love to feed. The lid goes on and job's right. And there's one final step that you need to do to finish your mission. That's to report back to the Worm Cafe every week and fill your watering can with beautiful worm tea, which you'll use to fertilise your veggie patch. It's a perfectly balanced fertiliser, and then your mission will be accomplished. You will have saved the world from environmental disaster and grown some beautiful veggies as well.